Well, good morning, everybody. It's a nice, chilly day today here in Miami. A rare day indeed here in Miami. I'm actually really loving it. It's so hot here year-round. It's such a relief to have a nice, cool, somewhat winter day here in Miami. So now we're going to head out to the shop and we'll be discussing everything that is wrong with the Apollo 911 and what I plan to do to fix it. But before, I want to show you guys a couple cars that I'm trying to buy. Let's hop in my 2005 F-150 Daily Driver and take a look at these cars. All right, so we're in my 2005 F-150. I've had this truck since brand new, and honestly, it's been an awesome truck. It's got about 160,000 miles on it. I do have a little light out here in the instrument cluster. It's out. I gotta fix that. Really some minor things. But one thing that I've noticed lately is the power steering pump. You guys hear that? Yeah, so that power steering pump is going. So that's going to be a project that we're going to be tackling pretty soon on the channel. I'll show you guys how that's done. Swap out the power steering pump as well as some other work we're going to do on this bad boy to keep it on the road and roadworthy. But overall, I've had this truck 14 years now. It has been a great truck. Never left me stranded. I can't complain. It's been an awesome daily driver. All right, let's take a ride down the street here and take a look at these cars that I'm trying to buy. All right, guys, well, you might remember about a month and a half ago, this neighbor of mine, poor guy, suffered a house fire and the house was completely destroyed, as well as his 2018 Chevrolet Corvette. If you guys didn't see that video, I'll place a link above here. You guys can check it out. Anyway, I've been trying to buy this car. It's a balance of, you don't want to bother people that have gone through a traumatic event, and also an opportunity to buy something and hopefully have it live on again. Whether this car can be restored completely or not is a question that is left to be determined. Probably not very likely they can be restored. However, if you look at the car from the front cowl forward, it appears the engine is unscathed. I'm pretty much safe to assume that the engine itself is in perfect condition, nothing wrong with it. Wiring harness is obviously going to be all burnt from the firewall back, but I would imagine there's a lot of good parts in this car. So I'm trying to buy this car, not sure what's really going on. It's been, like I said, a month and a half. Kind of unusual that insurance hasn't taken the car by now after a month and a half, but we'll see what happens. I'm going to continue hopefully to try and purchase this car and hopefully have it live again. Next up, we've got this 2014 Porsche Cayman S. Now this car really is a depressing story. The gentleman bought this car brand new in 2014. I remember when he bought the car and he had the temporary tag on the car, and I would see him drive the car. And he drove the car for about a year. And then the car has sat at least the last 3 years. And I've been trying to buy this car from him for a while now, and I just don't know what the story is. There was somebody passing by that was, everybody's curious about this car. So this car hasn't been driven in 3 years, at least 3 years. It hasn't moved. You can see the brake calipers are completely rusted, and the poor car has just been sun-baked. Check out the interior. The door panels inside are lifting up. The headliner inside, you can see it is falling down. The complete headliner is falling down. See, Porsche Cayman S with a proper 6-speed manual. This is really a shame. Check out that manual transmission. This car cannot have many miles on it. This door card here, you can see, is just completely baked. The sun in Miami is brutal. The paint is just completely oxidized. It's just really, really, really sad. The headlights, you can see, are beat up. It's got all kinds of mold and mildew on it. It really is a shame. I'm not sure what's happened with the gentleman. He's kind of a quiet person. Let's let these cars go by. I'm not really sure what's happened with the gentleman. I've tried to approach him a couple times, and I've tried to be careful. You know, I don't want to offend anybody. People have different things going on in life. But anyway, this is a car that I'm hopeful as time goes along, I can try and purchase and bring it back to life. I'll keep you guys informed. Welcome to the shop, guys. We are here with Apollo and 911 behind me. So in today's video, as I said earlier, we're gonna go over everything that is wrong with Apollo 911. Obviously, other than the engine, we've already covered that. And as you guys can see, and as I showed you in the last video, here is the new engine that we're installing in Apollo 911. If you guys missed that video where I unveiled the new LS2 that we're installing in Apollo 911, please check the link above. All right, well, let's start off with number one thing that I want to address, and that is the headlights. As you guys can see, the headlights are, not only are they yellow, that's pretty easy to fix, you can polish those out, but one of the biggest problems that I see with the headlights is inside the lens. Let's see if we can get inside here. It's kind of hard to see here with the glare on my shop lights. Let's go over here, this one's a little bit clear. So if you guys see inside the lens, you see that it's burnt inside. What looks like might have happened is somebody at some point in time installed some higher wattage halogen bulbs or xenon bulbs. They got too hot for the factory headlights and they burnt and melted them inside. I think it looks really bad. We need to address that. I've been doing research and I really am not sure totally what to do yet. There's a couple solutions. Obviously, one solution is we can source used headlights, and those are actually a lot pricier than I thought they'd be. This being a Mark I 996 911, the first generation headlights, I believe these headlights ran from 98 to 2001, so they are harder to find than the Mark II 996 cars. We'll have to figure out what we're gonna do with that. If any of you guys have any suggestions or ideas on what we can do to fix this, please either send me an email, I'll link my email down below, or leave a comment down below as to what you guys have seen out there that can rectify this issue. Looks like somebody also installed some aftermarket covers. I know a lot of the people did not like the early first generation 996 headlights. They called them the fried egg look. These are the same headlights that were used in the Boxster. So the front end on this car, 996, is pretty much the same as the Boxster. A lot of guys didn't like that, and one of the reasons why the 996 kind of has a solid reputation. Overall, the quality of the hood is pretty good. The paint is not bad. It needs a little bit of cleaning up, a little bit of buffing, but it's not bad. However, the front bumper is definitely an area of concern as well too. So if we take a look at the front bumper, you can see that it's checked here. The paint is all cracked, and it's in pretty bad, rough condition. Part of this is, I think, Hoovie had run his big, I remember Hoovie ran the big Lincoln car that he had into the front of this car. So we'll definitely have to do something with this front bumper. I think just a little bit of body work here and repainting this will come back to life. So another area that we need to address is the rear quarter panel here. We can see this area here. So it starts here right on the door area here. And this area here, you can really see where the paint is checking. It looks like at some point this whole quarter panel here might have gotten touched up. So it looks like that paint from this area over here, around here, all up here, and about right here, it looks like this is factory paint. From what I can tell, this is factory paint, and it looks like it was blended in from this point down. So the paint in this area here is in pretty bad condition. You can see here there's some splotchiness here. Looks like the sun has faded the aftermarket clear coat. It just didn't fare very well. So we will need to repaint the rear quarter panel of the car and blend it in. Now from this point down, from right here down, it looks to be in really good condition. So I'd like to hopefully not have to paint the whole panel. I'm hoping my guy can just paint this section over here, the rear quarter panel, and up to where the window, the back window meets the body of the car here. I'm hoping from this point down to this point up, we can just repaint this part and bring that back to life. We can clear coat it, we can blend it in and bring it back. We'll have to also address the strip here. So this is a strip where you install the ski rack. This is caved in here. We'll need to address that. And then we'll have to repaint this trim here on this side as well as the passenger side. It needs to get painted as well too. But the roof of the car, sunroof, the roof of the car, the paint's in great condition. That'll, a little bit of cleaning, a little bit of buffing, that'll come back to life. The driver's door overall is in pretty good condition. A couple little dings we can address. We can do paintless dent removal, not a big deal. But overall, the body is very, very solid on this car. Okay, so same deal with the rear bumper. We got it on the floor here. The rear bumper definitely needs to get repainted. But overall, the bumper itself is actually in pretty decent condition. There really is no cracks. The tabs aren't broken off, which is nice because a lot of times these tabs here, get broken off. These are pretty good condition. They're not bad. You can tell it's been taken on and off a few times, but overall, it's not bad. It's nice and clean, nice and straight. There really is no problems with the bumper other than the fact that it just needs to get repainted. There is a section here that looks like it might have gotten bumped, got kissed in the back a couple times. It's cracking, but that's easy to fix that, repaint that. We got a few little nicks here, but those can be filled in, sanded, and this bumper will come out like new. So we'll definitely be addressing the rear bumper as well. Now I move on to the right passenger rear quarter panel. That section of the car is actually really nice condition. It looks like it's original factory paint. So unlike the left driver's side, it's in really good condition. The only little problem we have here is we do have a nice little door ding here. See if we can get that on the camera here. See if you guys can see that right there. So we do have a nice little door ding here. We can go from the rear, paintless dent removal, we can pop that out. We should be able to blend that in, and that should be able to be relatively simply taken care of. So same thing as the driver's side, the ski rack attachment area here. We've got a door that's caved in here, and then we got these strips here that need to get repainted. I'll see if I can try to find these doors here. The little tabs on the doors are broken off here. I open one up here, let's see. Open these little doors up, and they have little tabs there, and it looks like they've broken off. So this one's broken off, and that one's broken off. I'll see if I can maybe find those from a junkyard or eBay or something, and we can hopefully just replace those so that way they sit flush. They're supposed to sit flush like this one here, and then they just pop down like that. So that's closed, this is open, and these are attachment points for like an optional ski rack or roof rack, luggage racks. Now on the passenger side door, the paint overall, again, is in very good condition. It doesn't need to get repainted. Nice buffing, polishing, that'll bring that, I think, to factory new. So a few little door dings on this side, easily taken care of with paintless dent removal. I think we'll be good to go on that. Wheels overall are in pretty good condition. I'm gonna keep them for now. I may upgrade those in a later date, but overall they're pretty good condition. A couple of them have a little bit of road rash, but we're not gonna be too concerned with the road rash right now at this point. It's not that bad. We could probably repaint those if need be. It's not that hard to repaint these. We can take these wheels off the car, we can mask, we take the center caps off, we can sand, and we can easily repaint these wheels if need be. I may change them down the road in the future, but for now I'm gonna leave them. We do have a problem with the right rear tail light. So that tail light is cracked. It's got this paint mark here. That'll come off. But the biggest thing here is it does have a crack, so I will have to source a new rear tail light. All right, well, let's go inside the car now, and let's discuss what we've got inside and what I want to do to address the problems inside. First and foremost, we definitely need to clean up the interior. It needs a lot of cleaning. It is quite dirty, so we'll have to clean that up. I think most of this here we'll clean up. You can see it's a little bit black here, a little dirty here. We'll clean that up. The door handle here, just with age, the paint is chipping, so we'll remove those and we'll repaint those and get those looking really nice. Here also on the hood or the frunk release, this is the one that gave us the problem from the earlier video. This one will need to get repainted as well too, so we will repaint that. Now regarding the interior, the seats have seen better days. The leather is just coming apart, it's all cracked. I mean, you know, it is a 20-year-old car, 250,000 miles, so it is to be expected that the interior is going to be showing its age as this one does. So I'm not really sure what I'm gonna do yet as far as repairing this. My options are trying to get some aftermarket or factory correct seat covers and have a upholstery shop redo those, or I can just take it to a local upholstery shop and just have them custom make some seat covers. I'll have to explore my options and see what's gonna make the best sense to repair that, but I definitely need to address something on these seats. These seats have seen better days. So another area of concern is the carpet. The carpet is, as you can see, kind of a faded lobster color, and it's kind of seen better days too. So I think what we can do here is, versus replacing the carpet, which is very, very costly and difficult to find, the carpet itself is, is in good condition. It's not falling apart or anything. It's really just the color that's faded. But overall, the carpet itself is in nice condition. It needs just a nice cleaning, which we'll do that. And I think what we'll do is we'll just get some carpet dye and we'll be able to dye the carpet. Same goes with the carpet on the door panels. It's in good condition. It's just the color is just faded with the years of the sun and just time. 20 years old. So we'll have to get some carpet dye. I know there's some companies where you can custom order colors and they will put carpet dye in an aerosol can. I'm gonna look into that as well as some other options to dye the carpet. But I think overall, we won't change the carpet. We'll try to dye it and bring it back to life. And this carpet goes in the back. We'll have to re-dye that carpet as well too. The emergency brake handle obviously has seen better days. That definitely needs to be addressed. I think what I'll do here is, I have seen some aftermarket emergency brake covers. We could do one of those, or I can also have the upholstery guys, depending on what I do with the seats. If I have a local shop reupholster the seats, then I can just have them make an emergency brake handle and readdress that. Same goes with the shift knob. The shift knob needs to be addressed as well too. So we'll either look at replacing that shift knob, or we can have it recovered. I'll look at whatever option makes the best sense here. The dash overall is in pretty good condition. The leather on the dash really isn't bad at all. The only thing that really bothers me about this dash are the speaker covers. They are kind of yellowy. Let me see if you can see them there. See if you guys can see there. Yeah, there you go. I'll try and remove those and repaint those, either the color of the dash, or I'm hoping I can try to find this color red and try to match that. If not, we'll have to paint it maybe the gray, that's the same color gray we have here on the upper part of the dash, depending. Obviously, I'd like to paint them red if I can. Just got to see if I can find some trim paint that'll match that. Like I said, I know there are some companies that will match trim paint and put it in an aerosol can. You can spray it, so we'll try to maybe go that route and correct that. So as you guys can see here, this leather here is in really, really bad condition. That's got to go. We have to do something with the steering wheel. What I'm going to try to hopefully do is try to find a used steering wheel, maybe on eBay, on Amazon. We'll take a look and see. On the Porsche forums, try to find a used steering wheel, factory OEM steering wheel that's in better shape than this. Otherwise, there is a company that restores steering wheels. They're a little costly. I'd probably rather try and find a good used steering wheel and swap that out and reinstall that. But worst case scenario, if we can't find one, we will remove the steering wheel and ship it to this company and have them redo this complete steering wheel. So another big thing that bothers me is the tach, and I know that Hubie wasn't too crazy about this tach either, but it was a temporary solution and never got rectified because the engine ended up blowing the engine, and he kind of obviously decided to not deal with the car any longer. But once we get the car running, I definitely want to do something with this tach. Now I've done some research. According to what my research has told me, it looks like what needs to happen is we need to flash, I think, either the Porsche computer or the LS2 computer to allow the instrumentation from the Porsche electronics to then communicate with the LS motor component. So I think it's more of a software thing versus a hardware thing. So we'll have to do more research on that. If any of you guys have concrete information as to what needs to get done to make this happen, please either send me an email or drop a comment down below. Well, thank you guys for joining me. That's everything that we need to do to get Apollo 911 not only running good, but looking good. So stay tuned for the next video where we start working on all those parts, all those pieces, get the new engine prepped and ready, and we're going to get this bad boy stuffed in the car and hopefully get this thing started up. As always, thank you guys for joining. If you like this video, please leave me a like, leave me a subscribe if you'd like to. Thank you guys very much. I'll see you guys next video. Have an awesome day.